understand the importance of loop? Are you able to understand the importance of loop yesterday? Why loop is important? And yesterday we learn about just while loop. Are you getting, have you write your first while loop using VS Code or OJ, whatever it is? Is it running? Is it running? If it is running, that means you are okay. And that means you are okay. We'll be learning today another session. We'll be learning one more way of running loop. Okay, cool. But before that, let's start with some game today. Okay, you're all ready for 5 minutes? Then we'll proceed. Okay, I can touch earth. Okay, I can touch the sky. But if I touch you, you will likely die. What I am? I can touch earth, I can touch sky. If I touch you, you will likely to die. I'm getting cloud, fire, sun, sun. But sun touches you, right? You get sunlight. Okay. In that way, you get sunlight. Okay. So answer will be thunder. Okay, thunderstorm, right? It can touch earth, it can touch sky, right? But if it touch you, you understanding what will happen then. Okay. What color you can eat? Can you guess what color you can eat? Here the image itself giving you a hint, right? So this is, you need to understand. Sometimes now you are having question. I just want to share one aspect here. Sometimes you are having OJ question, okay, and you are having big description, yes or no? Many times you are having big description, right? Now think, these description are given to basically confuse you. In that description there are some story, some blah blah whatnot, right? So from that you need to take the correct hint. From that you need to extract the correct hint. So in this image, similarly in this image, this color itself is mentioning you, right? What will be the answer for this question? Orange, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Food color, exactly. Okay, what has many words but never speak? What has many words but never speak? Yes, silence. Okay, paper. Okay, yeah, there are many answer for this. Like general answer could be book, right? If you have a book, having a book, there could be many words and sentence present but never speak, right? Okay, great. Dictionary, many of you are typing. Okay. Okay, what has hand but cannot clap? What has hand but cannot clap? You guys are smart. I'm getting good answer for this. Okay, clock, right? It has hand but cannot clap. Cool. Okay, so now ready for quiz session, guys. All of you ready? All of you attempt the quiz session from yesterday, previous day, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, what will be the result of this when x is initially 10? What will be the answer? So initially x value is 10. What you are doing, you are incrementing. Remember, all of you, plus equal to is our incrementing operator, right? So 10 plus 5, what it becomes? 15. So your answer will be C, option C, right? What is the concept behind that? Incrementing operator that we learned yesterday's first topic, right? Okay, now which of the following statement correctly increments the value of y by 1? It's very straightforward. What option will be? You need to increment the value of y by 1, not 2, by 1. So answer will be y equals to y plus 1. Okay, what is another way you can do? What is another way you can do? Another way you can write y plus equal to 1, right? If you write this thing, this also increment the value of y by 1. So this will be the correct answer. This is incrementing the value by 1. Okay, if you take C, how many value you are incrementing here? How many value you are incrementing? 2, right? In this question it is asking you to increment by 1, right? So that is the reason C will not be the answer. Okay, minus equal to, what it will be doing? It will be decrementing the value, right? It will be decrementing the value by 1. So that is definitely not an answer. What this will be doing? This will be again decrementing this value by 1. So this will not be the answer, right? Okay, now can you tell me what will be the output for this while loop? Which option? How many times this while loop will be running, guys? Okay. Acha, all of you practiced dry run yesterday that I mentioned. All of you practiced dry run. So initially it value start with a 0, right? Okay. What is the first time it will be running? 0 less than 5. Is it true? It is true. You will be running this thing. You will be running this thing. What is this I plus plus? What is this I plus plus? I want all of you to focus here today. What is this I plus plus? This is actually another way to do the incrementation by 1. Okay, another way to increment I value by 1. Okay, what if I'm writing I minus minus? Can you tell me? Another way to decrement value of I by 1. So every time it will be incrementing by 1, or if you're writing this thing, it will be decrementing by 1. So this is same like we are doing I equals to I plus 1. Sorry, I equal to I plus 1, or I equal to, sorry, plus equal to 1. Same thing, right? Sorted. Can you quickly confirm? So can you imagine now this code will be running 5 times, right? So this code will be running 5 times. First time it will be running from 0, then it will be running from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then it will become 5 less than 5, which will become a false value. Your while loop will be terminated from here. So how many times it will be running? 5 times. So option B will be the answer here. Okay, cool. So this diagram, I think everyone remember, right? So we draw many times previous day this kind of diagram. Okay, cool. Okay, someone is having one good question. Okay, someone is typing, sir, can I write I plus 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 plus? That means it will be incrementing by 3. No, this is not the way. Okay, don't do this kind of things. Okay, just I plus plus, that means incrementing by 1. I minus minus, decrementing by 1. Okay, cool. Which statement will cause an infinite loop? Can you tell me which statement will cause an infinite loop? What does the meaning of infinite loop? It will never stop. There won't be any condition. Your while loop will get a false value. So can you see here in this case, your while loop will always have a value which is true, right? So that is the reason you can see this will give you an infinite error. Okay, and remaining things we'll learn remaining things. So this is the thing we already see yesterday. So this is how it will give you an infinite loop. Okay, in this while loop, in the while loop, what does continue statement do? Can you think and tell me? Continue means which example? So you have relative in your house, and there is one relative got sick, right? Exactly. So continue means sick. So you'll be skipping that relative, and all the remaining you will be doing. Okay. So option B. Okay. Skip the current iteration and proceed the next one. But can you tell me why not restart? Because restart means it will start again from the first. That is not the case here, right? That is not the case. We'll only skip 3, then we'll proceed to 4. We'll not again going to 1. Exactly. We are not going to restart from 1. No. Skip will only skip a particular iteration. So that is the reason B will be the answer here. Cool? Okay. What is the purpose of break in statement in loop? There are no train. There are no train, right? Break means there are no train. So that means your loop, your whole while loop will be stopped, right? Your whole while loop will break from here, right? Can you see to exit a loop immediately? To exit a loop immediately? Exactly. To pause the loop, it's not about pause, right? What is, there is a clear cut meaning between pause and exit. If you pause, your cursor will still stop there. Okay, if you are doing a pause, that means your JavaScript code, your JavaScript interpreter is not coming to the next line because you are taking a pause here only. That is not the case. Your for loop will exit, and then your interpreter will be running any other code that is pending there. Everyone understand the difference here? This is very important. It is not taking a pause. It is completely exit the loop and going the below line if there is any other code to be executed. Sorted? Right? Okay. Which operator is used to decrement the variable value by 1? Can you tell me? Which operator? Decrement by 1. You have to. So these are all plus, right? This is for incrementing. Definitely this will not be an answer. This is for dividing. Okay. This is not going to be the answer. Either this or this. Okay. Which one is correct? So minus equal to minus. So minus equal to will be the correct. So B will be the correct answer here. Cool. Sorted? Okay, great. So now let's focus on today's agenda. But before I move to today's agenda, I want to ask all of you a single question. Are you feeling comfortable with conditional statement now? Are you feeling it at least a bit comfortable how if else is working? Okay. Now let's see one thing today. Okay. Chalo. I want all of your help then because you are comfortable right now. Okay. I'm creating 3 variables. Okay. Rice, let's say true. And then I'm creating one more variable, wheat. Let's say, let's make rice as false. Then wheat as true. Okay. And then let's create one more variable, apple. Okay. Let's say you are going to market. And you want to buy 3 things. You want to buy rice, you want to buy wheat, and you want to buy apple. Story is clear. You want to buy 3 things from market, right? Okay. Now I'm writing this condition ki if rice is available, so in that case I'm going to log, okay, buy rice. Okay. Else if I'm going to run one more condition here, else if wheat is available, then I'm going to log, okay, log buy wheat. Okay. Then else if another one condition I'm going to run here, which is apple. If apple is available, then I'm going to run, okay, log and then buy apple. Anyone having any doubt till here? And let's say I'm writing one more condition, which is else, and then log nothing available. Now, can you tell me which line I'm supposed to execute here? I need all of your response. Which block? So $20 question for the day. Okay. Block 1. This is block 2. This is block 3. This is block 4. And these are all your, like, you had 3 variables here. Okay. I'm giving a bit time to all of you because you already learned. Okay. Now tell me one thing. Rice available. Is it true? Rice available? It is false, right? Then you are coming to the wheat part. Else if wheat, is it available? Yes, wheat is available. So you are supposed to get buy wheat. Okay. Now apple, is it also available? Okay, you are supposed to get buy apple also. Okay, now let's think once. And you will amazed. Okay, I'm running this thing. What I'm getting? Am I supposed to get both wheat and apple? Yes, because it is available and rice is not available, but I'm getting only wheat. Why? One more very important concept we need to learn today. Okay, we already learned, but we may not focus till here. So when we are using if and else if, and else, when we use these kind of combination, any one block will execute. I need all of your attention here. When you use if, else if, and else, these kind of chain, when you are using these kind of chain, only one block will be executed. Either if block, either this else if, either this or this. Any one condition will be executed. Yeah, aaya nahi aaya. Is this point clear to all of you? Can you quickly confirm? Now tell me, when it is checking rice false, it is not executing. It is checking wheat true. It is executing by wheat and done. Because I'm using if, else if, and else chain, right? So that is the reason you are getting only by wheat, right? Now let's say you don't want this thing. Let's say the requirement is that you need to buy whatever is present, right? So one thing we can do here, instead of having else if, every time we can use if. I need all of you. I'm going to remove even this also. Now this will ensure that this will be checking every time separately. Okay, if rice is available, okay, buy rice. The rice is not available, you will won't get, right? If wheat is available, you will be getting buy wheat. Okay, if apple is available, you will be getting buy apple. Okay, so now if I run this thing, so let me run it. You will get 2 things, which is buy apple, buy wheat, right? The reason you are getting buy wheat, because here this condition is true. Okay, the reason you are getting buy apple, because this apple condition is also true. Can I get everyone's one? Right? So there are 2 ways you can write if else one is that you can use else if, and then else, this kind of combination. Also, you can use multiple line of if. It will check every time. So based on your situation, जब आपको सारी चीज को check करना है, you need to check every time, you can use this if multiple time. Sorted? And when you want to run only one time, only one output you need from any condition, so you can use else wala situation part, right? Also, this part was there in note. I don't know how many of you are reading note daily basis, which I'm giving to all of you. You are reading? You are supposed to read, okay? So notes and some resources, whatever are resources there, please ensure that you read daily basis. Okay, even there is some revision, same thing. You will be revising from that note, right? Okay, good question. Where we can find those notes? In your LMS, there is a note section. Okay, in your LMS, where you are able to see the lecture, click on that lecture. At the end, you can find a note section. You will click on this note section. You will get presentation. You will get class note. Also, you will get some other notes also, right? So please ensure that you read those. Anubhav, is it clear? I always forgot syntax. Please ensure that you read notes daily level, at least see all those things. You will be eventually habituated from this. Okay. So now should I start for today's topic? You are all excited? We'll not going to learn any new thing today. All things we'll learn. We're just going to learn syntax for loop. Okay. Okay. Everyone remember like this image that we discussed previous day, right? So the importance of loop we already understand, right? But today we'll learn how to use for loop, how to use for syntax to write a loop. Okay. But before that, let's do a recap. So let's say I'm creating a variable called let's start, and here I'm adding 0, and then I'm writing while start less than 5, and then I'm writing here start. Can I write this thing start plus plus? I need everyone's response, guys. Can I write this thing? And here I'm logging here start. So what I'm supposed to get? What I'm supposed to get? All the numbers starting from 0, right? I'm supposed to get 0 till 4, right? What if I need number from 1 to 5? Can I use start plus 1 here? Can I use start plus 1 here? So if I use start plus 1, you can see I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay. So this plus plus is nothing but same thing which we learned yesterday, which is start equals to start plus 1. This will also give me the same result. This will also give me the same result. Okay. Also, one more way we can write this thing, which is using this start plus equal to 1. So do not confuse at all by these kind of syntax. So this part is clear to all of you. Can you quickly confirm? Right. And I'm going to tell you one fact today, guys. So for loop is so easy for you. How you can write a for loop. Okay. So first thing you need to use definitely for. Can you all type with me? Can you all type with me? And inside this for, you need to pass 3 things. How many things you need to pass? 3 things you need to pass. First, you need to pass your start. First, you need to pass your start. So can I create a variable let, let's say start is equal to, let's say 0. Everyone sorted till now? किसी का कोई दुख दर्द पीड़ा कुछ नहीं है अभी तक, right? For let's start equals to 0. Then I am putting this semicolon. After that, I need to write the condition that you are writing inside our while loop. Can I write start jab tak less than, let's say 5 hai? Can I write this condition? So second thing I need to pass, which is my condition. And third thing I need to pass, which is my increment or decrement, whatever I am doing. So can I simply write every time do a start plus plus? I need all of your response, guys. So how many things I need to pass inside for? So for will take 3 things. Okay. What is the first thing I need to pass? What is the first thing I need to pass? I need to pass my start. Okay. What is the second thing I need to pass? What is the second thing I need to pass? My condition. Whatever is my condition, I need to pass. What is the third thing I need to pass? The way I'm incrementing or decrementing. So INC or DEC, whatever you are doing, right? In between all of this thing, can you all see that I'm using a semicolon, not a comma, right? It's all separated by a semicolon. So here, let me change it from this to this. Sorted? Syntax. So some Millie is typing why sir. So this is how JavaScript developer create the syntax. This is the syntax of for loop. Cool, right? Start, condition, increment or decrement separated by a semicolon. Now you want to see, okay, I'm going to log here. So log hello Pablo. So now if I run this thing, you can see I'm getting the same result here 5 times hello Pablo. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 5 that time I'm getting. Okay. Now let's do a dry run here, how this code is working. You're all excited? Let's do a dry run. Okay. First, your code starts with start 0 value. Initially, your start have a value of 0. Okay. Now you are checking your condition again. What is the value of start? 0, less than 5. Is it true? Is it true? Yes, it is true. Whatever you are writing inside this block now, that is going to be run. Hello Pablo, you are getting hello Pablo in terminal console. Okay. Now after doing this thing, you are basically incrementing the start value by 1. So your new start value becomes 1. Again, you are checking 1 less than 5. Is it true? Is it true? Yes, it is also true, right? And then again you are running your whatever is present here. Again you are getting 1 time hello Pablo, right? Again your start value incremented by 1, so 2 less than 5. Again it is a true, right? Okay, then again you are basically running this thing. Your start value become 3 less than 5. Again it is true. And then 4 less than 5. Again it is true. So all the time you are getting hello Pablo here. Now final time your start value incremented to 5 less than 5, which is a false condition. So once this false condition, your for loop will break from here, and then you will be coming to the next line. Same like while loop is executing. Okay, clear? Okay, one good question someone is asking, sir, what is start value? Start value is nothing. You can take anything here. You can take I, X, Y, Z, whatever. This is a nothing but a variable. From that point, your for loop will start. Sorted? Abhishek, is it clear? So start is nothing but an initial point jahan se your variable is going to start. Okay. Again, I'm going to make you the flow. Okay. So understand how for loop is working. So for loop is starting from here, and then it checks the condition. Okay. If the condition true, then you will basically execute all the things that you have written. Okay, after doing that execution, you are basically do increment or decrement whatever you are doing here. Again it will check your condition. Again you will be running the code. Again it will check your condition. Again you will be running the code until and unless your condition gets a false value. Your code will be breaking from here, right? Exactly. So I need all of your response, guys. I'm opening chat box quickly. So can you quickly confirm this for loop simple syntax, how it is working is clear to all of you? Okay. So tell me one thing, guys. Instead of start plus plus, can I write this thing here also? Start equals to start plus 1. Can I use this thing also? Definitely, your logic is correct, but it becomes a bit long now. So that is the reason it is good if you are incrementing by 1, you start plus plus. Comfortable? Okay, cool. One more thing, let's learn. Okay, now let's say I'm printing here start. So log here I'm printing start. Can you tell me what I'm supposed to get? What I'm supposed to get if I print start here? I need all of your response. It's the same. I'm supposed to get from 0 till 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 5 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 I'm supposed to get. If I write here start plus 1, what I'm supposed to get? I'm supposed to get from 1 to 5, right? 1 to 5. Okay. Are you able to help me with one problem then, guys? You are ready? I need to print from 15 to 25. I need to print from 15 to 25. What I'm supposed to write here? For. Okay. What is the first thing I need to pass? Be with me, guys, and help me. What is the first thing I need to pass inside for loop? Tell me the exact first thing. I need to pass my start, right? Okay. So for start, I need to create a start. You can create whatever name you want. I, Z, K, P, whatever you want. Okay. For now, I am creating start. Okay. Now tell me what should be the starting value of start. I need to print from 15, right? So can I create a start with 0? It will start from 0, right? If you create a start with 0. So can I create a start with 1 then? It will start from 1 if we create a start. Can I create a start with 14 then? It will start from 14, guys. Think, if you create a start with 14, it will start from 14. So you need from 15. I'm going to create a start from 15 here. Okay, until and unless you are doing start plus 1. Let's assume I'm wo nahi kar raha hu, right? So start, I'm going to start with 15. Okay, now tell me what should be my condition here. Start less than 25. Can you tell me, is it include 25? क्या ये 25 को लेगा? No, right? So either I create start less than equal to 25, or I can write here start less than 26. How many of you got this point? There are two ways. Either मैं इसको करूँ start less than 26, I'm going to get till 25. Or I can create here start less than equal to 25. Because I'm considering equal to, I am supposed to get 25 including. Right? Okay. Now tell me how I need to increment. Again, I need to increment by 1 only. So start plus plus. Now tell me, in my log, am I supposed to print start plus 1 or only start will work? Am I supposed to print start plus 1 here? No, because start value is starting from 15. So I'm going to print start. Okay. So now if I run this thing, can you see? So let me remove this part for now first. And yeah. So can you see, I'm getting 15, 16, and then till 25 I'm getting, right? Till 25. Now let me remove this thing to this thing. If I remove this equal to, you can see I'm getting till 24 because it is less than, right? So 24 less than. But let's say I'm changing it from 25 to 26. If I run it now, you can see I'm getting 25, right? Okay. And if I create this thing like 25, and if I put here equal to, so I'm supposed to get here till 15 to 25. Can you do any number, guys? Can you do any number? From any number start to any number end, can you print? Yes. Okay. Cool. I need all of your response, guys. What will happen if I do like that? Start equals to start plus 2. Are you able to guess? What will happen if I create start every time, rather incrementing by 1, I'm incrementing it by 2 every time. So am I supposed to get a jump? Am I supposed to get a jump? Yes. So you can say 15. After 15, I'm not able to get 16 because I made a 2 jump, right? So I'm getting 17. Okay. After that, I'm getting 19, 21, 23, and 25. Sorted? Right? Great. Okay, so you can increment by anything you want. Let's say I'm incrementing by 3, you will be getting here 3 jump. So I'm starting with 15, then I'm getting 18, 21, and then 24. So until and unless this condition is false, I'm going to get my output here, right? I'm opening chat box for few of your comments, guys. Okay, so sir, if we take variable before the loop and then directly input the variable in the condition for the, I'm not getting what you are typing, sir. If we take a variable before the loop, so you need to create a variable here only. For inside for loop, you don't have to do anything before. Like while loop, we are creating a let start before, right? Inside for loop, this is a single core syntax. Okay, Vijay. Here, this syntax have 3 parts: start, condition, and then increment or decrement. Why to write start plus plus? Okay, start plus plus means it will increment that value by 1. So let's say in our problem statement, we are supposed to print 15, then 16, then 17. So every time I need one gap, right? So for that reason, I'm using start equal to start plus plus. That is ensuring incrementing by 1. Sir, can I increment by decimal? Good question, Shivam. I want you to try in your VS Code and you will be amazed the power of JavaScript. Okay? You'll be doing it today, Shivam? Okay, great. If we do not include start plus plus, then what will be the output? Let's see. I'm not including this thing. Let's see. I'm running it. Do you guys know this error? Do you know this error, guys? I want all of your response. I'm not incrementing or decrementing. Do you know this error? What is this error? This is something you already yesterday know, right? This gives me an infinite loop because I'm not incrementing the value. That is the reason every time this condition will be true, right? So that is giving me infinite loop. So that is the reason this three part is very important. Cool. So far, anyone having any doubt? Okay. So one more question. You want to challenge then? You want a challenge then? Okay. Sir, I need to print from 15 till 7. I want to print from 15 to 7 in reverse order. First, I need to print 15, then I need to print 14, then 13, so on. I need to print till 7. Problem statement is clear? Problem statement is clear? Okay. Are you able to help me? So first thing, I'm going to write for. Okay. Then let start. What should be the start value? Start value is 15. I need to start from 15. Okay. Then tell me, every time I need to decrement it, right? What should be my condition? Until and unless the start value greater than equal to, do I need to include 7? Yes, I need to include 7 until and unless it is greater than equal to 7. Run my for loop. And every time am I supposed to write like increment? What I'm supposed to do? Decrement my start, right? Decrement my start. Okay. So now if I do log here, if I print here start, and now if I write this thing, can you see I'm getting 15, 14, 13 till 7, right? If I remove this equal to, are you able to now by reading this code, are you able to guess the output? What I'm supposed to get? Till what? Till 8. We are doing reverse way, right? That is the reason till 8 I'm supposed to get. Sorted? Okay. So that's the power of understanding for loop. Now tell me, you're feeling like for loop is more simpler than while loop. Just one line. These are the three things. Put whatever you want to start, whatever you want to add, either decrement it or increment it, and inside that write whatever you want. Okay, but I understood also this. I understood your pain point also, guys. But you need to ensure that you need to learn both. Okay, you cannot say in an interview that I'm more comfortable with for loop. But I do also understand when you start learning for loop is so much easy than while loop. Sir, one good question, sir. What is the difference then? There is no difference. There is no difference actually. So both is helping you to run a particular line n number of time. Both is helping you. So it's actually the better way of doing something. In some case, when you'll be learning web development now, in real life example, there will be some situation in some case where you see while loop will be a more readability, a more conventional. That is why you will be using while loop. In some case, you will be seeing that for loop is more easy or more readability. So, but idea is both are doing the same thing. You have a single task, you are doing that single task multiple time in a loop, right? Okay, but for loop is the easier approach. So many times people actually start like use for loop only until and unless there is specific requirement. Okay. Okay, one good question again I'm getting from chat. Sir, can I use triple minus like that? No, this is not a syntax, guys. Understand it. VS Code is also giving me the error. You need to understand and you need to stick with the syntax. Yeah, this is against rule. So in this, sir, can I write start greater than 6 also? So let's see if I write start greater than 6, what I'm supposed to get? Can you guys get? Yes? Till 7 I'm supposed to get, right? Till 7 I'm supposed to get. So that is why I'm doing like that. But in my requirement is 7. So it is satisfying. I can do that way also. But easiest way of doing that thing is you can include it like that. Okay. So in programming language now you will find many times that one problem but multiple solution, many solution. There are many ways you can solve a single problem. Appreciate. Okay. Sir, can I increment by 1.5? That is the question asked also previously. You explode it, you can. Okay. But this is your homework. You need to do it on your VS Code and you will be amazed by the power. Okay. Cool. Sir, what if I don't pass any condition? Condition is mandatory. Okay. So you are telling me, sir, what if I'm not passing any condition? I'm removing everything from here. So it's not it's not the syntax, guys, right? Can you say I'm getting an error, right? Okay, so syntax, you need to ensure that you are following all those syntax. So I need all of your response, guys. Anyone having any doubt how to run a for loop? Okay, cool. Now tell me, can you quickly tell me what is the difference between break and continue? What is the difference between break and continue? Break versus continue? Okay, so break will leave this whole loop everything. Break will stop, right? But for continue will skip, right? Okay, let's try to solve the same questions. Let's say we are having guest in our house. Okay, so for loop, how many guests we have? How many guests we have? Five guests, let's say, right? Okay, let's say five guests. Okay, let's start. So I can start with zero, I can start with one, that doesn't matter. Let's start with zero for this example. Okay, start with zero, and then start is less than what? Start is less than 5, because I need to run it 5 times for my 5 guests, right? And every time what I need to do? Start plus plus, right? Okay, okay. Now tell me, I'm starting this from zero, right? So can I create a variable let guest is equal to start plus 1, because I need to start from 1 2 3 something like that, right? So everyone sorted till here, everyone sorted till here. So now if I log here, guest, if I log here guest, what I'm supposed to get? I'm supposed to get 1 2 3 4 5, right? I'm supposed to get 1 2 3 4 5. Let's do it like that. Guest 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now if I run this, guest 1 2 3 4 5. Anyone having any doubt till this code? No doubt. Okay. Now tell me, guys, can I use a condition here before printing? Let's say my guest count is equal to 3, triple equal to 3, and I'm doing break. Can you guess the output? Can you tell me what will be the output if I write this code? What will be the output? I'm supposed to get for which guest? I'm using break. That means guest 1, guest 2 will pass. When guest 3 comes, I'll break from this loop itself, right? So can you see I'm getting 1 and 2, and remaining all will leave because my for loop is ended itself. But instead of break, what if I'm writing continue? What if I'm writing continue here? Remember yesterday's concept now. I'm supposed to skip one, right? I'm supposed to skip one, right? Which one I'm supposed to skip? Third one, right? Except 3. So I'm getting 1, 2, 4, and 5. But I want all of you to remember. So yesterday, when you did only this thing, we are getting infinite error. Yes or no? How many of you remember? Using while loop, when we did the same thing, we get an infinite error. So what was the solution? Before that, I'm supposed to increment first, right? But now inside this for loop, we already incrementing it here, and for loop is so smart. For loop handle everything for you. You don't have to do anything. So for loop will automatically handling. Okay, so this I'm checking here. If my guest is 3, I'm skipping for this guest 3. So that is the reason you are getting 1, 2, and then you are getting 4 and 5, not 3. Can you quickly confirm? Is it clear to all of you? Kindly debug this code. Debug? There is no debug. I'm going to dry run this code. Okay, quickly. Chalo. What is initial value for start? Initial value for start is 0. Okay. What is the first condition that my for loop will trigger? The first condition for loop will trigger is 0 less than 5. Can you tell me, is it true or false? It is a true condition. So my for loop will start running here. What is the guest value? Can you tell me? 0 plus 1. 1 is my guest value, right? I'm checking here. If 1 is equal to 3, is it a false? Okay. I'm going to print guest, right? I'm supposed to get here guest 1 in my output. Sorted? Then my for loop will increment this value by 1. So I'm supposed to get 1 less than 5, the next condition, right? Okay. Tell me, is it true or false? Is it true or false? Again, it is true. Okay. If it is true, again, my for loop will be start running. Okay. What is the new value of guest? Start plus 1, which is 1 plus 1, right? Which becomes 2. I'm checking here. If guest is equal to 3, right? It is again false, because here we have 2 value. Again false. I'm going to print it again. So here I'm going to print for guest 2. then my for loop will come and increment the value from 2. So 1 to 2, 2 less than 5. Again, it becomes true. Okay. What is the new value of guest? New value of guest becomes 3. Now see, 3 is equal to 3. Is it a true? Yes, it is a true. So what you are doing here, you are basically continuing, you are skipping. So no line further will be executed, but your for loop will slowly hiddenly increment the value from 2 to 3 for next iteration. So 3 less than 5. Can you tell me 3 less than 5? Is it true? Yes, it is true. Okay, then you are getting your guest value. Guest value what? 3 plus 1, which gives you 4, right? Which gives you 4. Again, this condition not satisfied, you will be printing for 4. So after 1, 2, you will be getting 4, right? Again, your for loop will increment the value. You will get 4 less than 5. Again, this condition becomes true, right? Again, you will be start running. Your guest value will become 5. Again, this condition will false. Now you will be printing for the final passenger of your home, which is 5. You will be printing here 5, right? And then your for loop will increment it to 5 less than 5. But can you tell me 5 less than 5, is it true? No, it is a false statement. That means you are out of this for loop. You are breaking this for loop, and by that time you are getting 1, 2, 4, 5 in your console as an output. Okay. Okay, why I'm using this 3 equal to? You can use double equal to also. I just want strict checking. If my guest value is 3, this guest value is this guest is sick, right? We saw this example yesterday, Millie, if you remember. If guest is 3, he is sick, I'm going to tell please wait, बाकी को मैं ले जाऊंगा. Okay. Yeah, guest 3 will leave at home, continue, so he is not yeah. Cool, sorted. I need everyone's response, guys. Clear? Break and continue. Can you tell me concept is same no matter if it is while loop, if it is for loop, your concept, the way of execution will be same, right? Okay, so far great. Abhishek, which part is not clear? You can type quickly. I'm opening chat box, guys. Till now, everything, whatever we have discussed, any of you are having doubt. Line number 7. Okay. Do you know what is if condition? Do you know what is if condition? This is checking using a condition. Every time I'm checking this value that I'm storing here, this value is equal to 3 or not. If it is 3, that means just this is a story actually, Abhishek. I don't know if you are there in yesterday's session also. Okay, so there is a let me give you a brief, Abhishek. Okay, quickly. Okay, so you are in your home, you have 5 guests. Okay, 5 guests come to your home. Abhishek, listen carefully. Okay, you have 5 guests in your home. Okay, and your task is to leave them to station. Your task to leave all of them to station. But when you come to home, you see that guest number 3, this guest number 3 is not well. He or she is sick. So what you will be telling to him कि प्लीज आप आज रुक जाइए, आप कल जाएंगे, and I'm going to drop the next one and the next one, right? So that is the question. So I'm running a for loop 5 times, starting from 0 less than 5 and then start plus plus. Every time in this variable I'm going to have my guest value. Okay, in this guest value I'm going to, while running this for loop every time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check if this guest is equal to 3 or not. If it is equal to 3, then I'm going to skip for this iteration, right? So that is how it is working. So if it is 3, it will not going to run this console. So that is the reason I'm supposed to get what? For guest 1, for guest 2, for guest 4, for guest 5. Okay, cool. Chalo. So great, guys. So that is the thing. Okay. So now what is the difference between for and while? There is no difference. So based on some use case, sometimes you use for loop, sometimes you use while loop. Okay. Okay. So we discussed the same thing, that loop requirement is when you do one task 5 times, 10 times, multiple time, you need to use loop, right? Two ways of using loop, either while loop or for loop, right? In JavaScript, loop is used to run a block of code certain number of time. What is block of code? Block of code is nothing but these things. This is called a block of code. This block of code will be running certain number of time based on the condition that you have written inside your loop. Okay, Cool. So for loop syntax, we saw what is the power of break. We saw what is the power of continue. So break is to break the loop based on some condition. Continue is to skip a particular iteration based on some condition. Okay, cool. Chalo. So now guys, we'll discuss some of your OJ questions. Okay. And we'll try to solve those questions using for loop. Should I start, guys? Anyone having any doubt till now before I start? Okay. First question, let me open. Just a minute. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So guys, I want all of your response, guys. How many of you able to solve this question using for like while loop? How many of you solve this question using while loop? Quickly, I'm going to start from this question. Can you tell me in this question, it is giving me a number as an input. Do you know what is input? Can you quickly confirm? Do you know what is input? Input is something which is given by my OJ. This is my input. Okay. From that input, I need to create some output. This should be my output, right? And in between, I need to run some line of code which will take this input and convert that input to this kind of output. So can I say problem solving is nothing but playing of input to output game? This is the first point. Everyone clear? First point is problem solving is nothing but converting our input to output by writing some implementation code. Okay. Now tell me, I'm having an input of 5 and here you can see 5 times Masai school, right? So 5 times Masai school. Now this 5 is dynamically stored into this num variable. How many of you got it? This 5 is dynamically stored in this num variable, right? So num times of loop I need to run, right? So can I simply create a for loop for this example? Can you tell me? Let start. What should be the start value? Let's assume I'm starting from 0. Okay. And then start less than what? Less than what? 5. 5. Can I create start less than 5? If you create last start less than 5, it will run for only 5. But sometimes this num can 6. Sometimes this num become 10, 20, whatever it is, right? We need to make it dynamic. So that is the reason we are going to use here start less than num. Okay. And every time what we are going to do, we are going to increment this start by 1, right? How many times this for loop will be running? Can you quickly confirm? This for loop will be running num time. Can you see num time? Okay. So now let me write console.log. And then here what I need to write every time? Masai school, right? And then, okay. So now let's test this again, custom input. Okay. So now when I'm testing this thing, you can see I'm getting the exact output which I'm supposed to get here, right? So now I'm going to submit it. Okay. So everyone understand how for loop works here? Right. Okay. So let's come to one more question, which is called identify prime. Okay. Identify prime. Can you tell me what is a prime number first? Prime number. Do you know what is prime? So prime means any number which has only 2 factors into it, which is divisible by, let's say I'm giving you a number which is 7. Okay, can I say this number is divisible by 1 and this number is divisible by 7? There is no other number like 2, 3 which is divisible, like only 2 factor I have, right? So this kind of number which we have 2 divisibility factor, that is called as a prime number. Only one and that number itself. Okay, let's take 13. Can you tell me, is there any number which is divisible by 13 other than 1 or 13? Is there any number? No number, right? Now let's say I'm calling it 8. Can you tell me, is there any number which is divisible by 1 and 8? Yes, there is 4 which is divisible by what? There is 2 which is also divisible by 8, right? So this is, can I call this as prime number? No. Can I call this as prime number? Yes. So whenever you get only 2 factor, then you can call it as a prime number. Okay. Right. Cool. Everyone understand what is prime number? I need this response. What is prime number? Now comes to this question. How to solve this question, man? Okay. Now let's see this question. You have an input which is 13, which is a number. Everyone sorted? Now this is my output. Somehow I need to check whether this number is prime or not. This is the question. I need to check if it is a prime. I'm going to print yes. If it is not a prime, I'm going to print no. So if the input is 17, my answer will be yes. If the input is 12, my answer will be no. If the input is 23, my answer will be yes. If the input is, let's say, 10, my answer will be no. Anyone having any doubt understanding this input to output? That is the first part. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead. Okay. Okay. So idea is, you need to think the idea first. Okay. Idea is, can I check all number? Let's say I'm having a number 13 as an input, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to check with all the number. If 13 is divisible by, if 13 is divisible by 1 or not. Can I use this thing to check if it is divisible by 1 or not? What I'm going to get answer here? What I'm going to get answer here? True, right? Because 13 is divisible by 2. Can you tell me one more thing? 13 divisibility by mod 2. What will be the answer here? What will be the answer here? If I run this thing, what will be the answer here? False, right? Because 13 is not divisible by 2. Okay. Now tell me one thing. 13 mod 3. What will be the answer? 13 mod 3. What will be the answer? It is also false, right? Because it is also not divisible, right? Okay. Now, till now, I'll be going till 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last I'll be having, which is 13, then mod, and then 13. Can you tell me what will be the answer for this? What will be the answer for this? True. Now, can you tell me one fact here? Are you able to understand why I'm doing this thing? Similar type of task, am I performing similar type of task multiple times? I want all of you to visualize this thing first. Similar type of task I'm performing multiple times, right? Okay. How many, if it is a prime number, how many true I'm supposed to get? How many true I'm supposed to get if it is a prime number? Only 2 times I'm supposed to get true, which is when I'm checking with 1, okay? And when I'm checking with that particular number, okay? Now tell me one thing. Can you guess what should be my start value for loop? What should be my start value for loop? Is it 0? Is it 0? Is it 0 or 1, right? We are starting, we're checking the first number we are checking with, which is 1, right? Okay. Can you tell me what will be the end for this for loop? What will be the end for this for loop? For this example, it is 13. Okay. But tell me, num can have a value of 17, num can have a value of 25, whatever it is, right? So can I say it should end with num? It should start with 1, it should end with num, and every time I need to check if that num mod that start is divisible by or not. I need all of your response. Are you able to think? Are you able to think slowly, right? Okay. So now let me do one thing. Let me first run a for loop. Okay, for. Can you tell me what should be my start value? Let start, and I should start with 1. Okay. Now tell me, start less than what? Do I need to include num? Do I need to include 13? I need all of your response. Do I need to include 13? Yes. So can I use simply equal to here and then num? Right? And then every time what I need to do? Every time what I need to do? Start plus plus. Okay. Now let's print first. I'm writing console dot log start to checking what I'm getting here. Okay. I'm testing it here, and you can see I'm going to get starting from 1 until 13. Can I get everyone's 1 so far? Whatever expected we are getting here? Right. Okay. Now can I do this thing here? Num mod start. I need all of your response, guys. Num mod start. Are you able to think? Are you able to think? This 13, 13, 13, 13. Can I call it as my num? Okay. And this is my variable, right? Which will be changing every time. Can I use num mod start? Right? Okay, now let's print this. Let's see what we are getting here. How slowly I'm going. Are you able to understand? Okay, now let's see. This is, I'm getting the remainder value only, right? To check if the number is divisible or not. Am I used to this thing? Is it is equal to 0 or not? I need all of your response. If a number is divisible by a particular number, to check this, I need to use if it divisibility is 0 or not. Remainder, I'm getting 0 or not, right? Now if I run this thing, let's see. Are you getting the exact thing? True, and then all false, then true, right? Now let's start thinking. Can I create a variable called count? How interesting it is. I want all of you to feel the game here. Can I create a variable called count 0? And instead of having console.log, can I just check it if num mod start is equal to 0? If this is giving me a true, then only will be incrementing my count. Count equals to count plus 1. I need everyone's response. Now, after this, I'm going to console count. Console.log count. Can you tell me, guys, what should be my count? What should be my count? I'm supposed to get only 2 true, right? Only 2 times true I'm supposed to get. 1 and 13, right? So for that reason, only 2 count. I'm incrementing it by 1 for every time, right? And I'm getting only 2 factor. Now let's see, I'm changing it from this to 12. I'm dynamically changing the input from 13 to 12. I'm running this thing. Can you tell me, guys, what I'm supposed to get the output? What I'm getting the output here? 12. How many factors 12 have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then the 12 itself, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, and 12. What is the count? What is the count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times I'm supposed to get true, right? So 6 times I'm supposed to get this true. I'm supposed to increment my count by 1. That is the reason here I'm getting count as 6. Right? Yes or no, guys? Is it working like that? What, based on our expectation? Now, can I simply check it? If this count value is equal to what? What I need to become a prime? Prime should have only 2 factor, which is divisible, right? So if the count is true, that means I can say it is a prime number. I can print it. Yes. If we have any other count, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, can I simply state it as directly no? Because we know if it is a prime, there are only 2 factors we have, right? That number and 1. Okay. So now if I run this thing based on 12, what we are getting? Input is 12. Output is no. Is that okay? Is that good to go? Yes. Now if I change it from 12 to 13 and if I run this thing, what I'm getting? I'm getting. Okay. So quickly I'm going to do a dry run. Like, right? Everyone, you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Okay. I'm quickly do a dry run of this. Okay. Initial value of count is 0. Okay. I'm going to start this for loop from 1 till num. Why? Because this is the part we have figured it out, right? We'll be checking every time starting from 1 until that number. We'll be checking how many factor we got from there. That is the reason we start from 1. We end dynamically till num, right? Okay. Every time we increment this by 1. And every time I'm checking if a num mod start is equal to 0 or not, right? Okay, first number is 13. Okay, now tell me num mod start. So 13 mod 1, is it equal to 0? Is it true? It is true, right? It is true. So you are incrementing your count by 1. Okay, and then again your loop start running. So 13 mod 2 is equal to 0. Is it true? No, it is false, right? You are not doing anything. Again you are checking 13 mod 3 is equal to 0. Is it true? Again it is false, right? Now so long you will be checking 13 mod 13 is equal to 0. Is it true? Yes, it is true. When this will 2, you will be incrementing your count again by 1. So previously it was 1, now it becomes 2. After that, your for loop will terminate it, right? And then at this line number 22, you'll be checking 2 is equal to 2. Yes, it is a prime number, because if it is a prime number, it should have 2 factorial in it. Okay. If any other thing, we can say this is not a prime. Even if it is a 1 factor for only 1, this is not also a prime number. Okay, cool. Sir, please do it with while loop. Great. You cannot do it using while loop. You cannot do this thing using Dipesh. Same thing, right? You can start, just assume, imagine. So I'm copying this thing. I'm giving you some hint. Let's say this is my code. Okay. This is my code. I need to do it using while loop. Okay, what I'm going to do, let start is 1, right? Let start is 1. Then I'm going to write my while loop condition. What is my condition? Start is less than equal to num. Okay, then what I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to write start plus plus, which is the increment. Then after that, what I'm going to write, the condition for the same I'm going to write here. This is the while loop code, guys. Dipesh, is it clear to you? Is it clear to you right now? Can you do that? Yes. You all understand, guys. Important part is how I derive the solution. What was the thought process? It's not like that I saw the question and I directly start writing the code. Count is what, sir? Okay, understand 1 9. Why you are using count? 9 is saying, sir, why you are using count? 9, we are using count because we know if it is a prime number, if 13 is a prime number, 13 have 2 factor. One is 1, another one is the 13, the number itself, which is divisible. Okay, only 2 factor is present, only 2 divisible is present. Now, do you have any number which is divisible by 13? Like 2, 3, is it divisible by 13? No, right? Only 2 factor. To count how many factors are there for a particular number, we are creating a count variable with 0. And in this code, every time you are checking all the number, we are starting with 1, then 2, then 3. So far, we are going till num. Let's say num is 13, we are checking till num. And we see how many factors are divisible, how many number are divisible here. If it is divisible, we are incrementing the count. And we know the rule, if the count is 2, if the divisibility factor is 2, it is, yes, it is a prime number. Otherwise, it is not a prime number. Okay. Sir, if count is 2, can you break? Yes, you can also break. You are slowly going to the optimization, but this is the good, as of now, this is the good solution for it. Okay. So do you solve one more good question? Cool. So many of you are typing many times. I can see that starting of the session, I'm seeing that FizzBuzz. Okay. So let's solve this question. FizzBuzz. Okay. Guys, I'm going to give you a tip. You will never forget this tip. Okay. Please ensure that whenever you get any question, can you tell me what is the first thing you need to do? Do you know what is the first thing you need to do if you get any OJ question or whatever is the problem statement? Someone is typing dry run. No. Okay. I solve this question. You take a pen and paper, you read down everything. Okay. You wrote down everything. First step, whenever you got any question, now first step is you need to first understand the core of it. Like what are the part of this question? If I take any OJ question now, you will be having, this is your title. This is your title. Okay. This is your description, right? Okay. This is your input part. Okay. This is your output part. This is your sample input, sample output, right? Just overview. Just have a look on this overview. This is hint part. What is the first thing you need to do? First thing you need to understand what is input and what is output before even you read. Let's understand what is input and output. Okay. Now I'm going to think, okay, here I'm having this kind of input, which is 2, 1, 3. This is a number, looks like a number. Then read. The first line contains T, which is the number of test cases. First line contains T, which is number of test cases. Can you tell me what is T then? What is the first line in this? What is first line in this? Is this the first line? Yes. So can I say T is equal to 2? I want all of your response. t is equal to 2. So you have two test cases, and what are the first line contain test cases contain only one value, which is num. In each test cases, you have a num value. Can I say for first test cases, num value is going to be 1. And for second test cases, num value is going to be 3. I need all of your response. Is it true? For first test cases, num value is 1. For second test cases, num value is 3. And you are having two test cases present here. Okay. Now for this test cases, you need this kind of output. Now tell me, can you type all that? कुछ समझ में नहीं आया कि how I can convert this to this. Just input understanding, and this is the output. Now at this point, this is the time you need to refer the details of it. You need to refer the details of it. You need to start reading the description. You understand about the input, start reading it. Okay, step 2. Okay. Now, as I told you many times, there will be many times now, you will be having very written description, many line of code, many thing, many story, something like that. It's all to distract you. Out of this description, you need to find the important point that will help you to solve this question. From this description, you need to extract the important point. Okay, you are given a number stored in a variable called num. Pata hai mere ko, right? We are given a number which is stored in a variable called num. We know. Okay. For all numbers, this is the important point. For all numbers in the range 1 till num. So let's say my number is 3. Can you tell me what will be the range become? If my number is 3, what will be the range become? 1, 2, 3. Can I get everyone understand this fact? If the number is 3, my range will be 1, 2, 3. If the number is 7, my range will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Including num, including 7, including 3. Are you getting? Are you getting? Okay. Now we need to write, okay, what are the things we need to do? First we need to check if the number is divisible by 3 and divisible by 5. Which number I'm talking about? Am I talking about 3? No, I'm talking about this range. First 1, then 2, then 3. Inside this range, I need to check every time if this first range is divisible by 3 and 5 both. I need to print FizzBuzz, right? If else if it is only divisible by 3, I need to print fizz. So this is the story. Okay. Okay. Now, what is the first understanding from this question? Can you all type? Can you all able to think? I need to find the range, because in this input, I'm giving 1, I'm giving 3, these kind of things. I don't have range, right? First thing is I need to figure out how I can find a range. Do you know? If you have a number 10, how we can print 1 till 10? If you have a number 10, how we can print 1 till 10? Using for loop, right? I want all of your response, right? So same thing what I'm going to do here. So in this question, I'm going to find a range first. What is my range? For. Let start. Can you tell me what should be the start value? For all this number, the range should be starting from 1 till num, right? Okay, start value I'm writing here is 1. Okay, now tell me start less than. Do I need to write equal? Do I need to include num? Do I need to include num? Do I need to take num? Yes. Less than equal to num. And then every time I'm going to write start plus plus, right? Okay, now let me log it. So console.log, if I print here start. What I'm supposed to get, guys? Can you all type? Let's see. I need all of your response. Okay, how this output is coming. We have first number which is 1. Okay, which we have first number which is 1. For 1, what I'm supposed to get? Only 1. Only 1. Okay, we have second number which is 3. What for 3? What I'm supposed to get? 1, 2, 3. Am I getting the same thing? 1, 2, 3. I need all of your response. And who is handling all of this thing? Don't worry. Your OJ platform automatically handle all of this thing for you. Okay, sir, now figure out. Exactly. That should be the reaction. You all understand? We are just finding the range here. Okay. Now, what is the second thing? For each and every range, we need to start solve the problem, right? What is the problem we need to do? Every time we need to check if my start value mod 3 is equal to 0. And are you able to figure out, guys, how I'm doing this thing? If the number is divisible by 3 and divisible by 5, so I'm using here start mod 5 is equal to, let's use triple equal to. Okay, what I need to print in that case now is the story. Now you know, right? So what I need to print here, console.log fizzbuzz. Acha, now tell me one thing. Here I'm having fizzbuzz like that. Can I write like that? Fizzbuzz. Will that be okay? Can I do like that? No, right? This is exact real world test cases, right? OJ is judging it. Exactly whatever you have written here, same thing you need to write here. So fizzbuzz. Okay. Now, else if, do I need to write once more condition? Else if, and what will be the condition? If the number is divisible by only 3. Okay, can I write like that? Start mod 3 is equal to 0. If this is the case, what I need to print? What I need to print? Console.log. I need to print fizz, right? Okay, I have one more condition. Else if the number is divisible by 5. So let me copy this thing. So copy and then paste, and then here I'm going to write if the number mod 5 is equal to 0, I need to print buzz. Okay, else print the number as it is. Now can you tell me inside else block what I need to write? Console.log num or console.log start? Console.log num or console.log start? Num is not nothing here. Every time you need to check on your start, right? If it is 1, you need to check for that number. If it is 2, you need to check for that number. If it is 3, you need to check from that number, right? So that is the reason we need to use start here, right? So we need to use here start. So if no condition is satisfies, just print this start as it is. Okay. But sir, it is written fizz without quote. When you print like that, you are not supposed to get quote, right? So it will be printing without quote only. This is a string. To printing a string, you need a quote. That is a syntax of a string. Okay. Okay. So now let's run this code. Let's see. Okay. Am I getting expected output? Am I getting expected output? Yes. So let me run it. Yeah. So many of you are doing what mistake now? You are just checking like that. Okay. You start reading this question. Okay. If num mod 3 is equal to 0, and am I right, guys? Are you doing, most of you are doing like that only, right? That's not the question. You need to find range of it. That range will be able to find using for loop. I solved it using while loop. That is the great thing. Partially accepted. Now is the last part. Now let's say you are doing something like that. Okay. And I'm printing it here. Okay. Am I getting partially accepted? Yes. So what I need to do now? Now we need to see the same code, and now we need to do the dry run. This is the time you need to do the dry run. This is the time you need to do dry run. Okay. Not before that. When you see that your code is not working as you expected, take pen and paper, try to do dry run. If not able to find the solution, take photo of this dry run and send on to your IA. Okay, this is my dry run, this is my code, I'm not able to get the output, can you help me? This is the good way you will be able to learn programming. I'm telling you, I'm iterating again, without pen and paper you cannot learn code. Okay, please explain once more. Okay, so in this question you are given a number, but for that number you need to find a range of number from 1 till that number. So I'm finding range using this for loop. Now in this start variable, I'm getting the range value 1, 2, 3, 4 every time dynamically. Based on that, I'm writing this condition that is mentioned in this problem statement. So I'm writing this condition and I'm getting this out. Cool. Can you quickly confirm, like, is it sorted till here? Okay. Okay. Now let's take this question. Multiplication of a table n. Multiplication of a table n. I want all of you to focus on input first. Okay. What is this type of input? Number. Okay. What is number you have? Which is 3, right? 3 is giving you 3, 6, 9, 12, all this thing, right? Okay. If my input is 3, I'm getting 3 multiplied by 1. If my input is 3, after that I need to print 3 multiplied by 2, right? Then 3 multiplied by 3, then 3 multiplied by 4, then 3 multiplied by 5. Am I getting? Are you all getting, guys? Am I going in correct direction? So 3, 6, then 9, then 12, then 18. And today I want all of you to focus one thing. Are you able to see some pattern? Are you able to see some pattern? Yes. Similar kind of task am I doing multiple time? Yes. Can I use a for loop then? Yes. What should be my starting point? What should be my starting point? Every time, no matter whatever it is, I should multiply that. Let's say number is 10. I need to multiply it first time using 1 only, right? Exactly. So my start will be what? Start will be what? 1. Okay. Can you tell me what will be my end to print multiplication? कैसे होता है? 1, 2, 3, you are going till 10, right? I hope all of you remember the multiplication table, right? Okay, so end will become 10, right? Okay, someone is typing, why not 0, sir? You can take 0 also, sir. In that case, you need to write start plus 1 to get value of 1. Am I getting? All of you getting, guys? Can you quickly confirm? Yes, you can do whatever you want, but it is better we start with 1 and we need to end till 10, right? Okay, let's try to solve this problem. I'm writing for loop. Can you able to help me, guys, quickly? Let start. What should be the start value? 1. Okay. Then what should be the condition? Start is less than. Do I need to equal? Less than equal to 10, right? Can I use less than 11? Yes, I can use that also, right? Less than equal to 10 is good way, good readability, right? Okay. Do I need to increment or decrement? Increment, right? Okay. Now, if I do console.log and here I am writing start, let's see what we are getting. So we are getting all the number starting from 1 to 10, all the numbers starting from 1 to 10. That is something we are doing. Now, what I need to do? I need to print every time this number with what? With num. So num into start. Now, if I run this thing, I'm getting this thing. Now tell me, guys, am I supposed to write 3 multiplied by start? If I write 3, only one test cases will be passing. Imagine my num value can be, this 3 can be 5 dynamically, right? This 3 can be 10, whatever it is. To make it dynamic, I need to write here num. If it is 3, it will be doing like that. If it is 10, it will be doing like that. Now, if I submit, you will get that answer. So guys, do not take that question number of question. Take that the approach, the thought process, the way of thinking, right? Okay. Are you able to solve this question using while loop? Guys, I need all of your response. Are you able to solve this question using while loop also? Yes. So same thing, when you convert while loop, let's start 1 condition ke mein itna, you are incrementing like that. Inside while loop, you'll be writing like that. Right? So I'm writing again so that you are not confused. Let's start is equal to 1. So start, I'm writing it here. Okay, inside while, inside that I need to write loop condition start is less than equal to 10. This is my condition, incrementing start plus plus, and then inside that I'm going to run this thing. How beautiful it is. My goal is that you are all should be comfortable with 2 kind of loop. Are you getting? This is way 1. This is way 2. Are you all getting? You will be able to convert. Yes. Okay. So one more thing, guys. Let's see. I'm starting it from 0. I'm starting it from 0, and here I'm writing. I'm going till 10. So can you think that I'm in that case I need to write start plus 1 to solve this problem? No, it is not working. What I need to do then? What I need to do then, guys? So let's figure out. Let's say this is how someone come to me, sir, my code is not working. So what I need to do first? Either you use pen and paper first, or just remove everything and do console from basic. What you are getting from start? What you are getting? You are getting from 0 till what? 9, right? Do you need 10 also? Yes, I need 10 also. I need 10 also. So if I write start plus 1, then let's see what I'm getting. 10, 1 till 10. Okay. Now, if I multiplied by with num, okay, so using one more bracket here. How many of you understand there is something called Bodmas rule? There is something called Bodmas rule in math, right? There you have some prediction. You need to use some kind of bracket or something like that, right? This is how we are failing in that time. So if I remove this thing, if I remove this thing, and then if I start running this thing, you'll see one magic now. Are you getting the exact output? No, no, because it is multiplication, right? This number is multiplied by start, and then again some another thing is happening here. Okay, so use rule of Bodmas is also validated in programming. Cool. So one question, many way I help you to solve. Sorted. I use another way to solve. That is great, Sunny. I want you to use another way to solve also. That will make you programmer. Okay. Can you able to solve this kind of question, guys? Move two step ahead. What is the only thing you need to do? Jump equals like 2 times you need to make a jump. Start equals to start plus 2. Can you all do that? I need all of your response, or I need to solve that. You will be able to do that. Yes, I need many yes. I see many yes coming. Yes, I'll be doing that. Let's move ahead. Even sum below n. Even sum. Even sum. Okay. What is my input? I need all of your response. What is my input? Input is 6. And what is my output? I'm getting an output of 12. Okay. Okay. So if input is 6, let's understand this thing. In this sample test cases, the value stored num, which is 6, right? Therefore, all values smaller than or equal to valued num is like 2, 4, and 6. These are all even number, right? I need all of your response, guys. You have all number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have number like that, right? But is this one even? No. 2 is even, 4 is even, 6 is even. Okay. What is the sum of all this number? 12. Problem statement. Just the problem statement, everyone understand. I need all of your response. What if number is 8? What if number is 8? So your range will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So what number you need to take? 2, 4, 6, and 8. Sorted? What is the sum of 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2? Can you do a quick calculation and tell me? 10, 12, 20. Cool? Right? Okay. This is how we need to first ensure that problem आपको समझ में आ गया, right? Okay. Can you run a simple for loop then? What should be the start? What should be the start? We need to start from 1 till that particular number, right? So for let start is equal to 1, until where we need to go? Start less than equal to num, right? Okay. Every time, do I need to make 2 steps? As of now, let's make 1 step only. Start plus plus. Okay. Now let's see what we are getting. Console.log, and then we are getting start. Okay. So now if I printing this thing, you can see I'm getting till starting from 1 till num, right? Okay. Can I check if a number is even or not? Can I check if the start mod 2 is giving me 0? Can I say this is even? Can I say this is even? Okay. So whenever I'm getting an even, can I add all those in a sum variable? Let sum is equal to 0. And whenever I get an even, I'll add into this sum. So sum equal to sum plus what? Sum plus start. Okay. Someone is typing count. Do I need to do count here? Do I need to have count here? No, only the sum value, right? Okay. Console.log, and then I'm having here sum. So now if I print this thing, am I getting the value? Are you guys understanding how I'm breaking down the problem statement and first understand the fundamental code of it? Then slowly, step by step, I'm implementing it. Okay. Okay. One good question someone is typing, sir, why I'm not writing this console.log here? So if you write console.log inside a loop, every time whenever this loop is running, it will give you a some value. So if I run this thing, can you see here, I'm getting first 0, then 2, every iteration, whatever is the sum value, I'm getting the base, right? We don't need that thing, right? We need only one output. That is the reason I am letting all the calculation done. I'm letting all my for loop to be run. Once that done, I am finally line number 15, everything done. I'm basically printing my final value. Okay, cool. Okay, great. So many questions we see. So one question we got from Sunny. Sunny saying, sir, not understanding break. Sunny, break is as same as that. Ki you don't want to run a loop based on some condition. Let's say I'm writing here, if start value is equal to 2, then Achha, you know this meme, Khatam, Tata, bye bye. I need all of your response. Khatam, Tata, bye bye. You need this meme. You know this meme, right? When you use break in your code, it will Khatam, Tata, bye bye whenever this code executes, whenever this code will run. So now if I run this thing, I'm going to console it so that we can see something here. Console.log and then start. So if I run this code, I'm getting only 1 because after 1, when we are at 2 iteration, it's khatam, tata, bye bye and done. If I make here from 2, if I make here 5, right? I'm supposed to get, now I understand. Great. You need some meme every time, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. Like we are sorted. We are done for the session. I hope now we are feeling very comfortable, but there can be debate ki sir while loop use karu, for loop use karu. Don't go into that. Learn both, right? I know that many of time will be using for loop. That is okay, but you need to know both. Okay, great. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for understanding loop with me. Okay, cool. You'll be having stand up. More question will be discussed there. Sorted. Thank you. It's like Rohit versus Virat. That's the thing, guys. You need to understand. Great. Cool. I'm in the stopping the recording here, guys. Guys, please ensure that you feel that feedback form. Okay. What is the difference between for and while loop? There is no difference. Every time, just the syntax is different. Okay. Rohit is better. Okay. How can I check 1 to 10? How many prime number is there? Explore, Arpit. We'll discuss tomorrow, maybe. Good question. You need to use a loop only. Then every time you will be getting a start number. Based on that, you need to check. What about happy number? Happy number will be discussed in stand up. Don't worry. It is a bit tricky. If you're struggling with those questions now, that is completely okay, completely fine. Struggle. We understand. Happy number is a bit tricky. I think increase the speed of. I think we increase speed in for loop. For loop will increase speed. Is that Sunny? Sir, my break is not work. You might have some issue like in your code. Please share it with your IS. They will be able to debug, or you can use pen and paper. Great. Thank you, sir. I feel I'm going slow in slow Hithi course. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day. Bye. See you all there, guys, tomorrow. Bye bye.